Namaste Krishna Rao, welcome to IYR Talks English
good evening.
edition.
Yeah.
Today, this matter is debated for a long about the elections, simultaneous elections in India. So, we have seen a successful governance of Modi's government in 2 terms, and we expected a bigger mandate, but still with this mandate, the government is going forward to implement this decision on general elections. So, the government also has appointed the former president of India, Mr. Covid, to give his report and recommendations on this, and accordingly he has given it, and everybody discussed at a length, and now it has been put before the parliament. What do you think about the pros and cons of bringing it to the parliament for implementation? From which date likely these general elections are going to take place? So whether the government can win over, because it does not have adequate strength to have 2/3 of the voting. What do you think the chances of passing of this particular bill?
Yeah, I think Mr. Covid himself made a statement about 1 or 2 days back that these simultaneous elections will result in GDP growth of more than 1 to 1.5%. I am one with him. I will not be surprised if it has a very, very positive impact on the growth rate of the country because of 2-3 reasons. First and foremost thing is, when a government is elected, it should have a free 5-year term to implement its policies without thinking of the consequences, political reaction for that decision in the next 2-3 months. What is now happening, because we don't have simultaneous elections, there's a break that has come in 1967. Till then we had simultaneous elections. After 67, once there were unstable governments in the states, so IR arms and GAR arms, suddenly governments falling and again elections taking place, that schedule got disturbed. The schedule got further disturbed when 1970 Mrs. Gandhi suddenly called for the midterm election of the Lok Sabha. Then that division came, and so every year we are having elections. So when you have every year elections and you have to please the electorate, how can you take some tough, inconvenient, much needed decisions? They are very much required for the nation and for the economy, but immediately people may not feel happy with it. Suppose something like petrol diesel rates. Petrol diesel rates have to move up or down with reference to the international market. But if international market price goes very much high and you keep on subsidizing it, where does the subsidy come? That comes from revenue, which could have been better used for some other purpose. But if there are elections every year, you can't take a decision on that. But if 5 years election term, maybe some of that can be built into the price. So these are some tough, not so welcome by the population, but decisions that needs to be taken. This can be done. That will have a positive effect as far as the economy is concerned. Second most important thing is the time of the chief executive. The Prime Minister, all said and done, is a very, very busy man. He has to concentrate on administration, progress, review, all these things. And if every year, because of elections, 2-3 months is taken away in the electioneering, that's a loss to the nation. So when you have simultaneous elections, that time is also saved. Third, of course, is the saving that you do because of the polling expenses. So all these are the plus points for this. As far as BJP is concerned, it doesn't have the required majority to get it through as it is in the parliament, because it's a constitutional amendment. That seems to be very confident, which means there's some floor management which is already done, though formally all the major parties are talking against it. Whether they would like to have a simultaneous election by 2027 or by 2029, one has to wait and see. I personally feel it may be simultaneous elections by 2029. By that, the present Lok Sabha MPs also will go with that decision. Because if they say 2027, if their term is going to be cut short by 2 years, they may not feel happy about it. But if it is 2000, but either 27 or 29, certain constitutional amendments, if they are carried to, they can make it simultaneous. In all probability, they may synchronize them by extending some of these assemblies which are going to elections in between, somewhere in 26, 27, and then move them forward to 29 by having a president's rule, but that interagnum period or some such thing may be thought of. I think in all probability it may end up as a simultaneous election for 29, even though they don't have a majority. Maybe they would do the required full management to get these constitutional amendments through. This is my assessment of the simultaneous elections strategy of the BJP.
Let's hope and see how it's going to move in the coming days. Thank you.